Happy Nurses Week, everyone. Welcome to the first day of a week filled with testimonials, games, giveaways, and live events celebrating the resiliency and strength of nurses across the globe. This year's Nurses Week theme is Rooted in Strength, and we are taking this week to celebrate the resiliencies of the travel nurse community. No one has worked as hard as the healthcare community, and we want to thank you all for all that you do and what you've done the past 2 years. I know this week is super fun and super exciting, and we really want to highlight everybody and really thank you for what you put in. We can't thank you enough. We want to thank Fusion Marketplace for being this year's Nurses Week sponsor, which today's session will include the president of Fusion Marketplace, Dan Scardina, as well as Carrie Polak, the director of operations, and Leah Kempel, the public relations specialist. And they will be talking about taking control of your travel nurse career, which is super, super important. Before we bring them on, I want to talk about fun giveaways that we will be doing. If you register to become a member of the gypsynurse.com or log into an existing account during Nurses Week, May 6th through 12th, we have all week long, you'll be automatically entered to win any of the following of these gifts. So you can get great travel nurse swag from Nurses Week sponsor Fusion Marketplace, so they have a bunch of goodies for you. A $500 house renting credit from our official housing sponsor Furnish Finder, and our exclusive Don't Call Me a Hero and Then Throw Me a Pizza Party Gypsy Nurse t-shirt. So if you register on the gypsynurse.com or log in all week long, you'll be entered to win those. Or if you comment and interact in this session, you'll be entered to in as well. So let's officially kick off Nurses Week and bring on Dan, Leah, and Carrie. Thank you, guys. Hi. Thank you so much for being our sponsor. We're so excited to have you on and speak with us. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys take it away.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Rachel.
So we'll start with introductions, and I'll kick it off first. So hello and happy Nurses Week to everybody. Rachel, again, thanks for having us on today. Super excited. Happy Friday on this beautiful, rainy, gloomy day in Omaha, Nebraska. Dan Scardina here, president of Marketplace, have been in the industry for 16 years. And I joined the Fusion family back in April of 2013. So super excited, really passionate about the industry, passionate about Nurses Week, passionate about the industry and what everybody does, especially during these times. So again, Dan Scardina, thanks for having us. Happy Nurses Week, and go ahead, Carrie.
Thanks, Dan. And thanks, Rachel. I'm Carrie Polak, Director of Operations for Fusion Marketplace. And I've been in the Fusion family for 8 years now, a little over. So excited to talk to you guys. So grateful and thankful for all you nurses, and happy Nurses Week.
Happy Nurses Week, everyone. I'm Leah Kempel. I'm the Public Relations Specialist for Fusion Marketplace, and I'm really here just to drill Dan and Carrie with all of the burning questions that you guys probably have about taking control of your career and what Fusion Marketplace is and exactly how it can help you really take the reins to get in the driver's seat. Are you guys ready to start answering some questions?
Be nice to us, Leah.
No promises. All right, let's start with probably the easiest one. What is Fusion Marketplace, guys?
Yeah, so I'll take that one, and Carrie, please add to whatever I miss. Yeah, so Fusion Marketplace is a traveler-first driven marketplace, and to dive a little bit further, we created a job board where we feel that healthcare professionals can go to and manage their career. So you go to Fusion Marketplace, you have partners on board, so we have choices. You understand what the jobs mean. We have a document vault where you can put your documents in. So yeah, we have put a lot of time and effort into listening to the healthcare professionals, and we built a marketplace where we feel eventually it is the best place to go for a healthcare professional to manage their career. Anything I missed, Carrie?
No, I think you did great. That's it. I would just add it's a one-stop shop for the traveler. So hopefully you can do all the things to manage your career.
So you guys called it a traveler first driven platform. What exactly does traveler first mean? Let's break that down.
Yeah. I'll take that then, because I'm excited. When I first joined the team, what we did is we brought travelers and we had focus groups. We called, we had, feedback surveys, and then we had people actually in the office come in the office. And when we talked to them about a marketplace, what would that mean to them? What would they want to see? And so that feedback and those things that they asked for is what we put into the website. So obviously the first thing they asked for was transparency. And when we asked them, what does it mean? We kept asking questions. What does transparency mean? It meant seeing not only the pay, but accurate pay. So we know some job boards, there's pay on the site, but when you call the recruiter, it's not the same number. So we wanted to make sure it was an accurate representation of the pay for not only one partner, for all partners, right? And then choice, which was the partners that are on here. But to go back to the transparency too, we built hospital data and all of the information that we could from our partners, put it into the platform so the travelers have that transparency into each job so they can really manage that career, but also make the best decisions for themselves before reaching out to a partner.
Love that. Why did the team at Fusion think it was so necessary to create this platform and really, make this this platform for travelers to really take control?
Heck yeah. So exactly what Rachel said to kick off like this whole little episode in Nurses Week is the past 2 years have been really tough in healthcare staffing, as we all know, and it continues to be tough, right? With the pandemic that's impacting the world. So we understand that the healthcare professionals being on the front lines of this pandemic, it's hard work. On their feet for hours upon hours a day, multiple shifts, working overtime because it's needed. So not only is it difficult, it's demanding. And then we looked at our space and we said, man, it is somewhat difficult to get into the healthcare travel staffing industry. You have to fill out tons of skills checklists. You have to vet out as many recruiters or companies as you feel you need to vet out. Redundant paperwork. So we wanted to try to say, hey, healthcare professionals, we understand your job is very difficult. Let's try to ease the entry into healthcare staffing and be able to control your career and manage your career in the simplest way. So our philosophy makes everything so easy or so simple. So then when you get off your 12, 14, 16-hour shift, you can go manage your career, look for your next contract or assignment, or update your documents in the easiest way. So that's why, without healthcare professionals in this world, we obviously wouldn't be the same, especially going through what we are today. So yeah, it's truly traveler first. And to Carrie's point, our test groups of hundreds of healthcare professionals are dictating, what marketplace looks like. So very, very important that we are listening to our audience and we're delivering to our audience.
Amazing. We kind of mentioned the word job board toward the end of it when we were describing Fusion Marketplace. What makes Fusion Marketplace more than just your average job board that you see online?
Yeah, at this phase, it is mostly just a job board, right? We do have the traveler profile where they can own all the details, right? So I don't know of any profession that would be harder to manage your work experience than a travel nurse, right? Because they're changing jobs and changing locations and changing facilities so much, and you need all of that good details into like the unit and everything. So updating that information like with each job, during each job, and those reminders. And that's what we're hoping to help you guys manage that career, to manage your references, to manage your work history, to manage those compliance documents, to tell you what to upload. Then the ability to take a picture and upload it into like an app or whatever else. But we just want to make it easy. So like Dan said, it is a job board right now, but our hope is that it will be a lot more. And so that traveler profile really is a starting point for that.
Wonderful. Going off this year's Nurses Week theme, Rooted in Strength, how does Fusion Marketplace strengthen those travelers who are using it?
Yeah, I love the theme, right? The first thing you talk about strength is muscle. Just joking. Anyway, gotta have some fun. And as I look in this camera and I see all the candy in the background, I'm like, I just want to grab it. So yeah, we're just, again, we look at this as we're just trying to give the control back to the healthcare worker and the healthcare professionals. So to us, that's the strength part. We want to, again, make it easy for everybody to manage their career, and allow and give them time back to the patient care, which that should be the number one focus. The focus shouldn't be necessarily vetting out hundreds of companies and hundreds of recruiters and having to go to hundreds of different websites. We want to relieve that and say, hey, you guys work with the patients, because that's number one. And number two, just try to make it as easy as possible to give them their time back and to be able to manage their career.
Is there anything exciting that maybe you guys want to announce that travelers should be looking forward to?
I feel like I kind of laid the breadcrumbs for this a little bit earlier, but we are launching an app. It is in beta testing right now with the Google App Store and the Apple Store. So it is coming out hopefully in June. We're just waiting for that release. So stay tuned for that. And that should be awesome and be an easy way to take it on the go, your job search, and really apply and get updates anywhere. So
yeah, just to add to that, just so everybody understands, Fusion Marketplace is somewhat in its infancy stages, right? We just celebrated our year birthday last month or the month before. So we have a lot of work ahead of us. But yeah, super excited about the app, to Carrie's point. We understand that we all somewhat live in our phones, and the app and social media world is the world we all live in. So we want to make it, again, easier. So the app is going to reflect the site. So again, once we launch the app, we're going to continue to work on the functionality of the app. Obviously, that is a never-ending type of duty to make sure that the app is functioning the right way and the easiest way for the healthcare professional.
Super exciting. I'm super pumped for everyone to see the app. It's a huge milestone for us. Super excited for that. Yep. Is your team proactive about finding any problems healthcare travelers could encounter and work to alleviate those problems?
Go ahead.
Yeah, so we do have a team, a support team. It's a team that I work with very closely. So we have a traveler support inbox, like a help desk, which we ask for feedback, right? We have surveys going out to anybody that applies on, or any traveler that applies, or healthcare professional that applies on Fusion Marketplace to get that feedback. We're consistently and constantly asking for that feedback because we do want to make it what you guys want it to be. So we are wanting that feedback. We'll keep asking for it. We have an innovators group for the travelers to join to be a part of building Fusion Marketplace and its future. So I do see there's like travelers commenting right now. So Christina, please, if you have feedback, come join us and let us know what you'd like to see, because I love your enthusiasm. So
let's take a turn real fast and just talk about agencies. How does the team at Fusion Marketplace choose what agencies are on the platform?
Yeah, that is such a fun process because there's so many different agencies. So number one is we are truly letting our healthcare professionals or travelers give us some feedback on what kind of partners or agencies they want to see on the platform. Number two is we do a 30-minute to an hour sort of intro call with partners that we're vetting out. And a lot of it is, do they have true transparency? Are they truly traveler first? Is their mentality traveler first? And a culture fit as well. It's very important that we can share ideas with each other and build a strong partner network. And again, it's all about ratings and reviews as well. So what is their presence, externally in the social media world? How are the healthcare professionals getting along with the agencies? So yeah, it's very, very important to have the right partners on there. But at the end of the day, it's the healthcare professionals are, again, dictating who and how many are on the site. So again, what we've been talking about is one of the main things that Marketplace we want to do is add choices on one platform, which we have roughly about 7 partners, and we have a lot coming. So we're excited about that. And then once we get to a point where, the healthcare professionals are saying, hey, I feel like you guys have the right choice, the right partners on there, and we don't necessarily need any more choices or partners, we'll stop. Because we don't want to have everybody and anybody on it. We just want to make sure it's the right group. And that's the message that we're talking to our partners about as well.
And you kind of added, or you kind of touched on this already, but so the team still is currently adding new agencies, correct?
Yeah, so I think Carrie's team right now, I think we have 5 in the
5.
onboarding stages, and they should be onboarded next 30 to 60 days. And we have what we call demos or vetting calls every week. So it's exciting. A lot of partners are super excited to play in the sandbox with us. So we're pumped.
So exciting. Let's talk about profiles for a little bit. We've talked about it, in past questions. Why is it so important to have that completed profile?
Yeah. A completed profile is super necessary. And I see Christine had another comment about the profile. We do have the ability to upload documents and certifications and licensing, and you have the ability to enter in expiration dates if necessary. We don't have the notifications up if they are expiring yet. That could be something we could add here coming up, if that's really important for you or for anybody. So let us know. But it's important to fill out that information too, because jobs open and close so quickly, and there's so much good talent out there that if you want the job that you're applying for, right, you have to be further along in that process. So that's what Fusion Marketplace is trying to help as well. Educate you guys on what we need, new travelers, what do you need to be submitted to a job? All of that stuff in your profile is what you need. So make sure you upload documents, anything you have, your certs, your driver's license, stuff like that, just to make sure you have it all ready to go. So when you hit apply, that agency or that partner that we have has everything they need to be able to submit you to that job, so that your likelihood of getting the job goes up.
Amazing. Thank you, Carrie, for answering Christina's questions. I think that's so amazing that you guys are getting live feedback right now. If there's anyone else who has questions or suggestions, this is a perfect opportunity to tell Dan and Carrie. They're going to take that straight to their teams and work to make sure that your guys' careers are curated as much as possible. Let's move on to the next question. Is there a way to save my preferences when I'm narrowing down what I'm looking for in a job?
Yeah, so I'll take that one too. In your profile, you have a preference section where you can set a whole bunch of different things. So location, cities, pay, shift, all of the things. So you can set those preferences and save them, receive job alerts for those preferences. But then also when you go to the search page, under that filter and sort, you can easily access those preferences by hitting like in the filter sort drawer, you just select it. You can opt to select all or select just some. So maybe you have like your dream job, right, is everything selected, but you know that like my preference really is pay and maybe day shift. So those two things, you could unhighlight everything else, and you can kind of edit and update from that filter sort drawer as well. So you don't have to keep going back, but it's an awesome tool to quickly see what the jobs that you prefer. You'll be getting those to your email if you enroll in those, but and also when the app is live, you'll be getting those notifications, so you hopefully won't miss out on that next one.
Wonderful. So we talked about how whenever the platform was being created, the team poked a lot of healthcare professionals and really figured out exactly what they're wanting in a platform. Is the team still doing that? What's any feedback that you guys' teams are getting from any healthcare traveling professionals? And kind of what's the vibe so far? How much are people enjoying this platform?
Yeah, I'll take it, and then Carrie, I'm sure you can add. So yeah, our innovators group, what we call them, I mean, yes, they are live and healthy. We are definitely leaning on them to understand what the next steps are of the marketplace, of the platform, of the app. So yeah, again, their voice is what is dictating our next step. So that's, and we love that, right? So we think we know things, but we need a healthcare professional who are actually in there doing it day to day to understand exactly what we need to be delivering. So yes, that is very important to continue to have the control in the healthcare professional's hands. As far as feedback, yeah, again, so I hit on again, it's in the infancy stages, right? Celebrated a year. The feedback has been great so far. Again, people have been happy with our partners. People have been happy with the functionality. People have been happy with the transparency on the site. So again, the transparency is just not all about the pay. It's important, before you walk into or go on an interview, that maybe the bed size or what kind of trauma or obviously location, just the charting, the ratios. So we try to add as much information on the job cards as possible, so they are educated in those interviews to make sure, well, A, to even interview to make sure it's the right fit, and B, in the interview, they can actually, talk to what they already know. So yes, love it. Innovators all day. We continue to add people because we want as many thoughts as possible. So Carrie, I miss anything?
I don't think so. I would just add some of the asks that are pretty big take a little bit of time to develop. So just bear with us on those things. And if we see something that could be a quick win, obviously we'll try to implement that as soon as possible. But then just to give an example too, so like housing that came to fruition through this COVID and everything else, it was really hard for travelers to find housing. That bubbled up to the top. So we really wanted to make that priority, and it is now. So that's on the job cards for everybody to see, like how many housing options are available, what's kind of the cost of living in that area. So you could kind of see how much money and if it would work for you based on the cost of living there.
Amazing. And this is something we've already kind of hit on a little bit, but what exactly happens to a profile once that traveler lands their new assignment? Does it go away? What's happening with it?
Yeah, I'll take that one too. The traveler profile is really it's the travelers, right? So once you land a position, if you applied at one partner or two partners or whatever, you can see who has access to your data and to your profile if you choose to share it. And so once you complete all of the things and you're on assignment, I would say that that profile should be alive and well, right? You should keep it. You should keep updating it. You should use it as a resource because it is going to be there, easy for you to update your work history and then keep going on your next journey. We all know like 13 weeks flies, right? So before you know it, you're going to be looking for that next job, and you'll have all of your documents and information updated for that when it comes.
Amazing. And this is the last question that I have. Is there a long-term plan for Fusion Marketplace? And what do you guys see it looking like as we move forward?
Yeah, I mean, the long-term vision is somewhat pretty simple in our eyes. It's to build the best experience there is for the healthcare professional. I mean, it's truly that. It's to help manage their career, the ease of use, the ease of entry into the healthcare staffing industry. That is our number one goal. So again, to Carrie's point, we have a lot of asks, a big roadmap ahead of us, and it does take time to deliver because it's technology. But yeah, we just want to deliver the best traveler experience, traveler-focused marketplace that the industry has. And so far, I feel like we're off to a great start, and it's exciting to share the news. And one thing that I don't know if we hit on yet, Carrie, is the truly the traveler first mentality. So marketplace isn't an area that recruiters can actually go into and call people that are signed up on marketplace, meaning it's in the healthcare professional's hands on dictating who you want to be in contact with. So if you don't apply if you just go and start your profile, nobody's going to call you until you click on a job or share your profile with a certain partner. Because we know what it's like on other maybe job boards is you throw your information out there and you get bombarded by phone and email and text and you're like, oh my goodness. So that was something that was very important in our innovators group to say, hey, how can we avoid that, but yet reach out to the right partner? So again, you have to apply for a job in order to be reached out to. So if you go on the site, and you again start your profile, it's a little repetitive and nobody contacts you, that's why. Because we're letting you dictate who you want to talk to.
Yep.
Anything to add on that, Carrie?
I would just say too, that kind of reminded me of the how the jobs are set up, right? They're set up to be filtered. You can filter by highest pay. Obviously, you can filter by most recent jobs, which is a good way to go to get the freshest, newest job to apply for, something that doesn't have a ton of other submissions already. But we also don't put any sponsored jobs or sponsored. Everything is just as it should be. And we want to make sure that the travelers are dictating what makes a hot job or what would make a job bubble up to the top. We don't want to put any so there's nothing that's gonna we're trying to push our agendas. It's all about you guys. So you guys are telling us what's good. You guys are clicking on the jobs that are most important, and we're just going to make sure we give you the most up-to-date jobs with the most information so you can make those decisions for yourselves. So I would say that would be the only thing I would add to that on our job page.
Awesome.
Yeah, and there are so many platforms for you guys to ask us questions. We are very active on social media. We have an Instagram and we have a Facebook group as well as a Facebook page. And in that Facebook group, it's called Fusion Marketplace Connect. And you guys can ask all of your questions in there, whether they're for us or if they're for other travelers and you guys are just wanting just advice. They do advice corners in there. And we also have a brand new YouTube channel that is where we host this new series that we just launched called MarketWire. You guys can hear about all the latest in the industry, all the latest in marketplace. So there's never a question on where you guys are, on how you guys can communicate with us and ask us questions, have suggestions for new features on the platform. And we are just so excited that you guys all joined us today. We'll go ahead and bring back Rachel with the Gypsy Nurse.
Thank you guys. That was so great and so informative. So excited for a place for nurses to have a place to go and really, put that effort into there instead of just like all over the place. It's just easy peasy for them just to hop on there and take care of things. So, so thank you so much. Any last words that you want to say for Nurses Week before we end it?
No, I mean, thank you guys for everything you do every day, especially during these times. It's a tough world that we definitely live in. So, I just appreciate all the hard work and effort and all the manpower and hours you guys put in day to day. So excited to celebrate. It's everybody go celebrate a week. It's going to be a fun week. So we're pumped.
It is. Well, thank you all for joining us. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about Nurses Week and what we have going on this whole week. So thank you guys again, and thank you so much for sponsoring Nurses Week. We're super excited to have you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you, everybody, for joining us today. That was so much fun to really kick off Nurses Week. We have giveaways, games, so much fun. So if you want to check out and see what we have going on, just go to thegypsynurse.com and check out our Nurses Week under our events, and you can see everything that we have going on. We have a few more live events, some more games, some more giveaways, so be sure to check it out. So thank you, everybody. Have a great Nurses Week, and we will see you next week.